Okay, paper 1 question 12. On the grid, draw the graph y equals half x plus 5. So y equals half x plus 5 for values x from -2 to 4. So in terms of the picture you have there, -2 to 4, the x values mean that your straight line, wherever it ends up, will be as wide as -2, or in other words, this far left, and as right as 4, so in other words, anywhere up to here, okay? As far as plotting the values are concerned, there is a shortcut to doing this in the topic of straight line. I'll save that one for another video. I'll show it sort of kind of the old-fashioned, longer way, which the vast majority of you will have done, which involves creating a table of values. So you have your x and your y values. Because you're given between -2 and 4, -2 and 4 are very good values to choose for x. You can also pick ones in between. The more you pick, I guess the more you can be sure that you're doing the right thing, because the points you end up plotting should end up, you're able to draw a straight line through the middle of it, okay? I'm just going to pick 0. 0 is always one of those nice ones to put in. So is 1 really. I could stick in 1, but I'll just go with 0. If you sub these points for x into this equation one at a time, so plug them into x, you will get the respective y values. So the reason why 0 is always a nice one is when you plug it in, half of 0 or half times 0 disappears. That's going to leave you with y equals 5. I'll go with this number next. Generally, I would kind of fill in your table, I would fill in the values of the easier x's to sub in first. So I would leave the negatives to last. That way, if you see a pattern in the y values, so for example, if the numbers get bigger this way, or the numbers get smaller this way, then when you come to the negative values, what you get here, you can see whether or not, if you've made a big mistake, you can see straight away that something's wrong. Because if you've got like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then here you're expecting the number 3 to come in and suddenly it's 54, you know something's gone wrong, okay? Anyway, I plug 4 in, I get half of 4, which is 2, plus 5 gives me 7. I sub -2 in, ignoring the negative for a minute. Half of 2 is 1, so half of -2 is -1. -1 plus 5 will give me 4, okay? In terms of the look of that, the numbers are getting bigger as we go along, so your gut should hopefully tell you that I've done it right here. I'd hope I've done it right, otherwise I'm not a very good teacher. All we have to do now is plug these points. So we have -2, 4, 0, 5, and 4, 7. Plug those points into your graph, or any other ones you've got in between, and draw the straight line in. So that was our blank graph. When I did this myself, going through it, I put the values in for everything between -2 and 4. It wouldn't matter if you just used the values that we calculated there. So there was the -2, there's the 4, there's the 5. Hopefully you can see those other purple dots that are there. You're still going to get the same straight line when you draw through. Ruler, pencil, or pen, sorry. Line through the end. Make sure that when you plot or draw any straight lines or quadratic curves, make sure that your graph kind of goes out of each side. So we have this point here, make sure your line goes past it. And we have this point here, make sure your line goes past it. Don't fall short, because you have to make sure that between -2 and 4, you have drawn it, because it tells you to draw the graph of blah 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 from -2 to 4. Okay.